Last time we gave AI 7 days to build us a fully automated money-making business, and it completely flopped.
It should be on like a milk carton, you know?
But we learned something crucial. AI can help if you use it the right way, so we're giving it a second chance. With a longer runway, smarter strategy, and a focus on what AI is actually good at. Time to get to work, AI. You ready? So we're gonna start with market research. Let's figure out if there's some good product ideas here. And what's really cool, you can ask ChatGPT, hey, identify products for running here.
Many of them are in athletic attire. Based on that, we can certainly identify some useful running products. Lightweight shorts and sleeveless shirts are always a staple. Do you have a specific category in mind?
It's insane what ChatGPT can do with a phone camera. But now, it's time for us to expand on this research back at the office. Now, I started by putting together visual inspiration for my research. I looked for it in social media, Pinterest, and other brands I found online, even on print-on-demand suppliers, to see how we can adapt it to our products. Once our mood board was done, the next step was to do a deep research into our market in order to find trends that we can use for our branding. By using a deep research prompt like this, you're able to then guide ChatGPT into a deep online search. Because the main problem we had before was that we were lacking identity and clarity. So this new process will help us jump into a growing market the right way. During the research stage, the goal is to get all the little details that's gonna make your brand connect to the market. From best practices in design, to color palettes for your logos, and even identifying product ideas. This information is gonna guide you through the design stage, but as much as I like ChatGPT for research, there's nothing like showing up to where your audience is hanging out. For us tonight, this means going out on a run. Now, I chose a run club market because lately I've been seeing it really gain traction on social. From rappers hosting 5Ks to connect with fans, to artists organizing runs to make money for meaningful causes, it really feels like something that's worth exploring firsthand. So I knew I had to personally step into the hype and see what it was all about. And while running, I had a chance to connect with so many people. I heard their stories and learned what keeps them coming back to these clubs. What I discovered is that these groups are more than just workouts. They're a way to build friendships and break out of that daily routine, and more importantly, boost mental health. By the end of the night, I walked away not only with a smile on my face, but a commitment. Create something that truly speaks to support this community. And I really encourage you guys to be a part of the community that you're trying to sell products to. It really opens up your perspective and it helps you see opportunities for products in different categories that you may not have thought. Some of the things that stood out to me and verified our direction were definitely the bandanas. The bandanas were something that a couple people had out there. And another thing that stood out to me was having good performance wear. Since it was summer and it's hot out here in Vegas, having a nice cutoff tank keeps you cool and makes you feel good. And more importantly, also the accessories that come with the running clubs. Now, carrying individual bottles like my man German did here, made sure that he was a hero to everybody who forgot their water, including me. So this gives me a note that this could be a potential product to launch later on. Now that we have that, I think the next thing for us to really put together is to finalize our mood board. This will be the guiding star for the products and the design direction that we take for this collection. All right, so after designing and setting some directions forward, I reached out to a couple of designers on Instagram, and the man Torb agreed to take on this project. I chose him based on his past work he had with streetwear brands, and after sharing the mood boards and meeting to discuss the idea, he delivered on some fire concepts. Because the reality is, AI is good for a lot of things, it's not really a good designer just yet. I used AI to play around with different color schemes, and with the help of Kittl, it actually made it easy for us to collaborate on this project virtually. From leaving notes on designs he made to creating templates, we were able to execute on the design stage and get a solid collection in a matter of days. I think we've got something a little bit more solid to the product that we're gonna be manufacturing. But then when you wanna actually produce it for manufacturing, you have to be able to get the right output, the right quality graphic with a transparent background. So that's really where tools like Kittl come in, because it allows you to remove backgrounds, really vectorize whatever designs you have, or if it's not to be vectorized, you can enhance it with AI. So overall, Kittl does an incredible job of getting you from idea to final product. All right, so last night we spent a couple hours just fine-tuning the graphics. So with those graphics, we're gonna download them and we're actually gonna take them over to Printful. Now, one of the things that Printful has done incredibly well is that they allowed entrepreneurs to bring their ideas to life easily. You don't have to communicate with the suppliers, you don't have to do anything out of your way. You literally have quality graphics, you can upload them to a template of libraries, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how that works. They kind of have some mock-ups and some designs, so like on the large, I could tell it's probably more of like an actual top. Now this is important to note that as you upload your art, this is where the DPI thing comes into play. So Printful will give you that confirmation that it's a good DPI. So depending on if you want the stitch to show up, you have an option for white or black. We're gonna go with clear. Now, what's really important is that the mockups that Printful provides you actually really help you in the designing process. So if you're kind of on the fence about how a product looks, all you gotta do is actually just put it into Printful, and you can start seeing how your design is coming out, and you can make adjustments in real time. So in this example, you can kind of see how the product is being worn by people. What we're gonna do is just go ahead and hit save to templates, and that allows us to save it to our template gallery, which means that we can then publish it to print on demand after we place our sample orders. So what you can do here with Printful is actually design, upload, see how things are gonna work, and then you can actually take those designs to other programs, which we're gonna talk about later, in order to market your brand. Now we'll quickly upload the rest of our graphics and create them as templates so we can publish them later. And then we're gonna place our sample orders for them to arrive. So we got the socks done, we got the rest of the products now completed. So now it's time for us to place the sample order. Now I'm gonna place the sample order and I'm gonna ask for it to be shipped out as soon as possible. So we're gonna be shipping and paying for extra shipping. And while we wait, I'm actually gonna take some of these mock-ups into new programs to help start the marketing. So I'm actually really excited to show you guys how you can market with AI, and I'm hoping that these tools that I use will actually help the brand look real and more authentic and elevated. We're gonna start by compiling the marketing mood board. What does that mean? This means actually coming up with the strategy of how visually you want the brand to look, and start pulling some of the images and videos that we find. This way we're able to reference them, and as we start using AI to start marketing our own brand. And just put together who the competitors are in your niche. You know, you wanna see what's gaining traction within that community, what's getting interactions, views, what type of comments, because from that you're gonna use that to create your own marketing and build your own pages. So with the reference images now in a folder for us to easily reference, it's time that we take it into ChatGPT. We're gonna start one by one, and we're gonna work through some of these images and get our mock-ups and our designs onto those people in a new way. We're gonna take it in two different ways. I wanna see what it would actually look like with a red shirt. I was a little hesitant on if the tank top worked, so I wanna see maybe if red popped. It's always good to tease out new ideas and see what people are receptive. Are they asking for the shirt? Are they asking for the bandana? Just ways for you to get your different ideas out without necessarily having to sell a product. So now that we have the ChatGPT imagery completed, the next step in this process is to create visual ads that can help sell this brand. Now in our last video, this is really where I think we fell short. So we actually are using a program right now called Creatify.ai. And if you're interested in learning more about it, we're gonna link it in the description down below. So once you sign up, you're gonna hit a dashboard that looks like this. And like I mentioned, there's a lot of different ways for you to work, beginning by even creating your own avatar. So if you click on this, you can see you can actually customize them and make them consistent across all your campaigns. So if you know who you want to work with, you can essentially build them up and have them be your official influencer. So this is a really powerful option here. Now the next thing we could do is you can actually just submit your link to your product. So if you already publish your products, you can create ads based on that. Now the one thing that really stood out to me was that they also have just a very simple product video generator. You can see how you could take just one product image and literally make multiple styles of ads from it, from people holding it to more product imagery that really brings it to life, to product showcase and features. Like all of this is built right into this tool. So this is a really, really powerful feature. So this is the first time I use it. I've read about it, looked at some reviews. So this is the first time that we're actually gonna dive into it. So we're gonna start by just downloading our tank top. So again, this tank top is white on white. So now I'm just gonna describe a little bit more of the details here that I wanna see with the model running. Very impressed with the imagery so far, the way that they could take our flat lace, put it on models and make it look good. Wow, okay. All right, guys, this is legit. It's wearing the product on the street the way that we prompted it to. Now the videos we get from Creatify will make for great product photos as well as ads to the store, which brings us to the next part, is in actually building out the Shopify site. We're gonna redesign the last failed store with better banners and product photography that we get with AI. This time we'll use Kittl's new smartboard feature, which allows us to import photos and then prompt them in different versions, styles, and dimensions. So to start, I'm gonna pull up some of the inspo images I found from this brand, and I'm gonna put them into ChatGPT in order for it to give me a prompt and a scene. With that prompt and scene, I'm then gonna upload the logo that we have onto Kittl and create a new smartboard. This will allow me to insert the prompt into this box here and then generate an image of a model in a similar way. And check that out, absolutely incredible. And the beauty about this smartboard feature is that you can get consistent images across all your campaigns. So whether you need new product photography using a consistent model, you can do it really easily by just uploading the product mockup you downloaded from Printful and then prompting it until you get all your assets. We're then gonna take all these images onto the website's banner and we're gonna start filling up product collection images, and you can see how quickly the store is looking a lot more authentic than just an AI slop. And now all we gotta do is head on over to Printful and publish our products onto the store, as Printful has a clean Shopify integration, so you're able to manage all your designs and generate new categories quickly. Now, if you guys are getting started, I highly encourage that you use our Shopify link down below, as well as Printful to start your new accounts absolutely free. And with the products now completed, we're gonna quickly launch the ads and marketing that we created. Now, the goal is to get a green light that we're on the right track, because ultimately AI can only get you so far and you still have to invest into real marketing to build a brand. But instead of it taking weeks or thousands of dollars to do this, AI allows you to test it on a very low budget. All right, you guys, so the packages from Printful just came in the mail, and I'm gonna be reviewing these for the very first time. We had a couple of different products that we designed out, and I sampled a collection with them, so I'm actually really excited to see how they turned out. Now, the overall turnaround time was literally 5 days for it to get to my house here in Las Vegas. So to start, we have the bandana, we have the tank top, and it looks like the shorts here. Now, as we were designing the socks, we ran into the designing the front and designing the back. So using the mock-ups that Printful gives you allows you to really visualize how your products are gonna turn out. And the next product that we are looking at is going to be these shorts. Okay, these shorts are also dye sublimation. I'm actually very impressed with these shorts. They actually feel like good running shorts. I have some Adidas, I'm a runner, so like I have an Adidas pair of pants, it feels just like this. Bandana's here. This is meant to be the staple piece. The print came out really nice. Like I'm actually pretty happy with how the print came out. Having a statement piece like this really was the move. So like this is really gonna build a collection nicely. And now we're gonna dive into the t-shirt. Okay, this t-shirt is actually made with something called direct-to-garment printing. So it's called DTG printing. Now it's important to note that doing things with print on demand really does mean that anytime a product is made, it's being printed one by one. So if you require a consistency in color or perhaps placement of your logos, it's really your best call to place a bulk order. But that's really where AI and print on demand come together, is that with AI and print on demand, you can get your ideas out to market fast. Like we literally submitted this less than 5 days ago and we got it in the mail, and we are now able to actually test market it with the group that we started this with and see what people in this community actually think. We got the products in and we want to see what they actually think of it. How much would they buy it for? What do they overall think of the design? And did AI do its thing when it came to this collection? Let's find out. So I designed something. I just wanted to get your feedback on it. See what you think about it overall.
I like this gray shirt already.
You like this one?
Yeah.
Here, grab that one. What do you think? What do you think of the design, the overall messaging?
I like that discipline for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, you're not always motivated to do some shit, but if you got that discipline, you know, that's what's always gonna count.
Think about the quality of the shirt.
Pretty good. Thick. Probably a little something more for the gym. I don't know, maybe a little thick for running, but I like it. I like the quality for sure.
What would you pay for this if it was in store? What would you price it at?
This is definitely at least 45 to 50 bucks for sure. Pricing wise on this, for like 30, 35 bucks. Yes, sir.
And then I made like a bandana here. Yeah, what do you think about that?
This is the first thing I see. I have a thing for collecting bananas, so this is tight. I'll rock this for sure.
Oh,
yeah, this is nice. It's tight.
Oh yeah, bro. Okay. Hey, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
I designed this after I saw you. I was like, yo, this would be like something I would design for this guy. So overall, you'd give it a what rating? Like based on the feel and the look, yeah, out of 10.
I'd give it, it's for like this?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I'd give it, it's like a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Cause I would wear that like working out, running,
Okay.
you know. Like that's a stick shirt. That's like what I wear.
It matches
Yeah.
what you're into.
Yeah.
Makes sense. How
That's
much
cool.
would you pay for this?
That's probably every bit of like 55 to 65. I don't know. I like it a lot just because it's a lot like how I think. Just a lot of different things. I feel like there's a lot going on.
Okay.
And I this is like, once again, this is like my style.
So we had some great feedback, overall price points of what these products can range. When we designed, we really kept the customer in mind, and that was what was really cool about talking to this guy. Is he said, yo, this actually resonates with me. It may not resonate with everybody else, but it doesn't matter. You should be training your AI to design for a certain direction, and AI can only get you so far, so that's the reason why we worked with a graphic designer to clean it up and really elevate that look. So, how much did we generate on this ad campaign? Well, let's break down some of the numbers that are realistic after a 3-day ad spend. Now, if you guys remember from the last challenge, we spent over $70 and we literally cost us $2.60 every time somebody clicked, and it resulted in 0 sales. This meant that AI running the entire brand was not the move and it's not the business. But in this ad, we ran it for 3 days and we essentially spent less than $40 across 2 campaigns. We did an image ad and a video ad. The image ad resulted in some link clicks, which had a higher cost at $4.82, but the video ad that we generated with AI actually cost us 74 cents per click. And that's the one that ultimately resulted in some sales. So we're gonna break down what this looks like. Overall, it reached about a little bit over 500 people in those 3 days, resulting in 3 people clicking to actually check out. So after 3 days and less than $20 on ad spend, how much did this generate in sales? Well, final drum roll, $35. We're $35 in with a $20 ad campaign, and if we take out product costs, we at best broke even on this first campaign. But again, keep in mind that this was only the results of 3 days with only using ads that we generated with AI. So before, if you launched a brand, you might have been working on it for weeks, doing the photography, the marketing, and then when you launched it, you got no sales. Now with AI, you can quickly prove out if you're going in the right direction. So for us, this proves out that we are heading in the right direction. We have a brand that means something. It resonates to a certain market. And now from here, we actually got to start diving into some of the marketing, messaging, and the products, as well as price points that we got to get those products to, enhancing those ads. And this store right here can be set to actually start making good money, all with print on demand. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and get all of your free resources linked in the description right down below, which include everything that we mentioned throughout this video. We also have PDFs linked there with additional suppliers that we may not talk about on the channel, and it's all delivered straight free to your inbox. More importantly, if you want us to dive into additional tips and tricks, check out this video here where we dove into some AI tools and resources, and comment here on something that you'd like to see on a future video on our channel. I'll see you guys on the next one.